Hey, hello everyone. This is Prabodh, and today we will study chapter 8 of class 9th science motion. Now, this is your introduction to physics. So we will start it slow and with your basics. Now, first thing in your mind, what first thing comes in your mind when you hear the word motion? You see, like, just see around you the birds flying, the car moving, football, and everything else. Everything is in motion and is moving, right? You also see few stationary things like a tree or something else, or building or something that you look around, right? Now we see that every moving object is covering some distance, and there also comes a term displacement, which we'll study a little further. Now this questions comes in every student's mind of class 9th, that what is difference between distance and displacement. So don't worry, I will make it clear. Now think that on the left side this is your home, right? And on the right side you have your school. Now every day morning you go to your school by this path. Now the distance traveled, or the total distance in meters we say, or in kilometers, or in any unit, the total distance covered is, or the total like path covered is called the distance. Now what is the difference between distance and displacement? So in the similar example, if we calculate the minimum distance between these two objects, like this arrow, if we calculate only this distance, this is called as displacement. So what is displacement? Displacement is nothing, it is the shortest distance between 2 points. Okay. Now there is also a difference, that distance is a scalar quantity and displacement is a vector quantity. Now what is difference between scalar and vectors? Scalar quantity is something which has only magnitude and no direction. Now how can we say that? Similarly we can see here that school from the house, if we travel it through the distance, there is no certain direction, like here you are moving in some plot here on every point the direction is changing. Okay. And if we see in our other example, the direction is same. So in displacement there is a single direction, that is a direction, and which is pointing towards your destination, and which has also a magnitude. In distance there is only magnitude, and displacement covers both, that is distance and as well as displacement. Now what is speed? We see everything is going that fast, we hear this word like daily. Now you have seen this speedometer, which shows the speed of a car or your bike. And how do we calculate the speed mathematically? Now speed is defined as rate of change of distance, right? Now what is rate of change of distance? If rate of change of distance is simple, the change in distance upon the time. If you travel like we can take an example that if you travel 10 meters in 1 second, that is your speed. Simply that you have covered 10 meters in 1 second of interval, then your speed will be 10 meters per second. Here also comes the velocity. Now remember the difference between the distance and the displacement. Similar is the difference between the speed and the velocity. Now speed is a scalar quantity, that is it does not tells the direction of an object, it only tells the magnitude. And the velocity, which shows us both the magnitude as well as the direction. If someone says you that go 20 meters, you will ask where should I go 20 meters? So that is distance. If you only travel 20 meters, that is only distance. And if I say you that go 20 meters north, then that is a displacement, right? You have your direction. Now similarly velocity. Velocity is defined as rate of change of displacement. It is a vector quantity. Velocity is mathematically it is defined as displacement per unit time. Now what is difference between speed and velocity? We have already discussed it. Speed is a scalar quantity and velocity is a vector quantity. Mathematically, speed is equals distance by time, and velocity is displacement upon time. Now, in your textbook also comes one more concept, that is average speed. Now, what is average speed? Average speed is total distance traveled upon total time taken, right? Here is a good example in your textbook, which says that a body moves 16 meters in 2 seconds, and then it travels 16 meters in 4 seconds. So what will be its average speed? We will calculate that, or we will do that example in next module, in which I will also show you the numericals. Now, what is average velocity? Average velocity is initial velocity plus final velocity upon 2. We will discuss them further in examples, numerical examples. Now, one more concept come, which is acceleration. Now, first we have studied velocity, which is the rate of change of distance. Now we are studying acceleration, which is rate of change of velocity. Think about you're driving a car, right, or your bike. When you drive it, what do you do with accelerator? You push it and like you rotate it for the acceleration, and you like move it another side for deceleration or to stop the vehicle. And if you want a constant velocity, you press it or you put it at the constant rate. You don't change it. Now, what is acceleration? Acceleration is generally rate of change of velocity. If you are traveling with 30 kilometers per hour, and if you want to go to 40 kilometers, you will accelerate. That is, you will push your accelerator. Now, what is acceleration? Acceleration is change in velocity upon time taken. Now, this was in this module. This was what I want to share with you. Thank you. And for more doubts and queries, please contact me at the given email.